do you have concern that if you allowed armed men to protect your property and someone was shot at your property, that you and your family could face a lawsuit for that?
Could you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Thank you.
Do you have concern? Well, I'll start with this. You, after watching the videos, you understand that Mr. Rosenbaum was shot on your property, correct?
Yes.
My question to you is this. Do you have concern that if you allowed armed men to protect your property, and one of those armed men then ended up shooting someone, that you and your family could be sued for that?
No, sir.
You don't have any concern about that?
No, sir.
How much inventory from the 24th, the 23rd and the 24th, in terms of loss of money, how much money did your businesses lose in terms of damage to property?
I cannot give you an exact number at this moment.
Can you give me a ballpark?
Sorry, I cannot remember at this moment.
More than 100,000?
Yes.
More than 250,000?
I do not know, sir.
So is this like your family, is this the business that feeds your family?
I work for my dad.
Okay.
Yes.
And you don't have, and you're the inventory manager?
Yes.
And you don't know what your loss was from those fires?
I personally never calculated it.
Have you ever had a search warrant signed by a judge that you did not execute?
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever had a search warrant that you did not execute in a homicide investigation?
I don't recall. It's possible. Sometimes you have warrants where you just, maybe you realize you messed up an affidavit. There's been times I have not served an affidavit or a signed search warrant. I can't say with certainty whether or not it was on a homicide investigation, though.
If you don't execute it, is it most of the time because of what you just said, you believe there might be something faulty with the search warrant?
That's the common reason, but you can have times where new information comes forward and you determine you're not going to execute said search warrant.
Did new information come forward in this case as to why you would not execute a search warrant for Gage Grosskreuz's phone?
As was discussed previously, we were advised, given Marcy's law, it would not be ideal to execute that search warrant.
Who advised you of that?
I believe it was a conversation with the attorneys. I don't know who brought it up initially, though.
So when you say the attorneys, Mr. Binger was one of the attorneys?
I believe so, yes.
And then it goes on a narrative version of your statement. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And if I could, toward the end of that large paragraph, you'd agree it says, sometime during the incident, my Gen 4 Glock 27 that had a belt clip attached fell off my waist, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's a lie, right?
I wouldn't say that's a lie, no.
You didn't take the Glock out of your back here and run with it?
I did.
So it didn't fall off your waist. It was in your hand.
That's correct.
So you would say that's not a lie?
No, I would say it isn't.
Okay, and you told that to multiple officers. Isn't that true?
I don't know.
Same exhibit, sir. The next sentence. I told multiple officers that I dropped my firearm. Right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, you didn't drop your firearm. You were chasing Mr. Rittenhouse with your gun, right? Yes? You were chasing him with your gun? Yes?
No.
You didn't chase him down Sheridan Road, pulling your gun, chasing after him. That's a lie. You're saying that didn't happen?
I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I wasn't chasing the defendant.
You were running after him?
No.
No. Okay. Did you ever get charged for not telling the truth to the police about dropping your gun?
No.
Did you ever tell the police in here on this statement that you actually had a firearm in your hand and pointed it at the defendant?
No, I did not.
You never told him you had a gun at all in terms of as you had an interaction with Mr. Rittenhouse. True?
That is correct.
And I know you said you don't know, but Jason Lakowski testified that he picked up that firearm that he believes belonged to you, and there was one in the chamber. Do you dispute that that could be true?
No, I do not.
Now, you had talked about your purpose of being there that evening. You're a member of our Wisconsin Revolution, are you not?
No, I'm not.
You're a member of the People's Revolution?
No, I'm not.
Have you spoken at their rallies?
I have at one.
And during that rally, have you made statements such as, "Long live the revolution"?
I have.
And you have no affiliation with them, though?
Affiliation, yes.
Okay, there's some of those people in the crowd today, aren't there?
Yes.
Filed a lawsuit in federal court, is that right?
That is correct.
Did you read that?
Yes, I did.
In that document, you again failed to mention that you possessed a firearm. Is that right?
That is correct.
So in these documents that you are filing with courts, you are leaving out the fact that you had possessed a firearm when you were shot, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And this is, so to be fair, this is your testimony today, and how this case turns out has an impact on your ability to try to collect your $10 million, right?
That is correct.
So if he's convicted, if Mr. Rittenhouse is convicted, your chance of getting $10 million is better, right?
I'm not entirely sure how that plays out.
Show you what has been marked as Exhibit 67. That's a photo of you, yes?
Yes,
Okay. That's Mr. Rittenhouse?
correct.
Okay. Now, you'd agree your firearm is pointed at Mr. Rittenhouse, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And once your firearm is pointed at Mr. Rittenhouse, that's when he fires his gun. Yes?
No.
Sir, look, I don't want to... Does this look like right now your arm is being shot?
That looks like my bicep being vaporized, yes.
Okay. And it's being vaporized as you're pointing your gun directly at him. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so when you were standing 3 to 5 feet from him with your arms up in the air, he never fired, right?
Correct.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, that he fired, right?
Correct.